gaming, gooning, gambling, procrastinating. Long ago, the holy trinity of degeneracy lived together in harmony, but everything changed when the gambling nation attacked. Only Carlton, master of all 4 forms of degeneracy, could stop them, but when the world needed him most, he vanished.
This was a Heiwa production.
So if you've watched some of my videos before, you already know I'm a degenerate. And I'm not just any type of degenerate, I'm the best of the best, the cream of the crop. In my prime, I was throwing up wilt numbers, gambling, procrastinating, gaming, gooning, all of that and more. And extra heavy on the gooning, because when it comes to the gooning, I had an MJ type of career. I went into retirement, came out again, and was still dominating in my field of expertise. So since it's my field of expertise, let's delve into the gooning nation.
You disgust me. Go on.
So if you're well versed in the art of unemployment like myself, you would already know that we have a gooning epidemic. Yes, you heard me correctly, a gooning epidemic. In the 2020s, we had the pandemic and now a gooning epidemic. Like niggas are really losing their lives for gooning. Like I'm a degenerate, but I'm nowhere near that bad. I'm not that far gone where I'm going to be losing my life over gooning. Actually, you know what? Don't quote me on that, because yesterday I was really considering pulling a naruto alone. And all because that PNC hits like a truck. And I'll speak for most gooners when I say this, but we don't like gooning. Gooning just loves us. Because more time I'm genuinely trying to better myself, genuinely trying to improve as a human being. But then I'm scrolling through Instagram, seeing some Coco Bunny official.
Yeah, boy.
And then next thing you know, I'm cooked. I'm already calling that genjutsu, so there's nothing much I can do about it. And if you try to resist, you're gonna be in for a rough ride. Blue balls for the next 72 hours. So if you're weak-willed like me, you just give in to temptation. And then afterwards, you'll tell yourself you'll do better next time, you'll be stronger next time. But next thing you know, a couple hours later, you're speed running jerkmate ranked. And unfortunately, I too partook in jerkmate ranked. And when season 2 drops, I'll most definitely participate again. But there are times when gooning goes too far. Even in my books, there's just some stuff that I just wouldn't do. Like when you're gooning to non-human beings.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like that shit there is just weird. Like there's a fine line between being a degenerate and a weirdo. Matter of fact, I'm lying. That's not true. The line is blurred. Very, very blurred. But still, gooning in general is bad. But then gooning to non-human beings? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. And it's always the Twitter gooners that be gooning to non-human beings. And if you're a Twitter gooner, it's not entirely your fault, because Twitter is a weird and mixed up site. I remember one time I tried to do my do on Twitter, I was going crazy. But next thing you know, the video ends and now I'm witnessing a Rosa Parks documentary. Like my nigga, I am not trying to see that. Elon Musk, fix your site. I'm trying to see Victoria throw it back with maximum efficiency. But it was low-key a good thing, because ever since that happened a couple months ago, I have stopped gooning because I just felt so disappointed. And speaking about black activists, them people there must be so disappointed in us. Like a nigga like Nelson Mandela spent all those years in prison to get equality, for me to then use that equality he provided us with to goon to snow bunnies. Like same thing with our ancestors in chains, they endured so much just so we could goon. Like literally thinking about that, it actually makes me feel disappointed. Big man ting, we need to lock in, we need to stop this. Cause this might slightly be worse than the crack epidemic in the 1980s. Because there's no reason why that shit should be so addictive. Because instead of North Korean soldiers using the World Wide Web to engage in some cyber warfare, no, they decide to indulge in gooning. But hey, we can't even hate on them, because we'd really do the exact same thing. Especially since we have to come home and crush this type of shit every night. All because Kim Jong-un's a bullhug and decided to take the only fine shit in the country. So in the next couple years, if you hear about a North Korean rebellion, don't even be surprised. That's what the gooning will really do to you. Make a nigga wanna free himself from 80 years of oppression. And if they're able to do that, people need to be able to free themselves from that gambling addiction. Like me personally, gambling has never ever been my forte. And the main reason because of that is because I'm broke. But then again, being broke is maybe just a mindset, because some gambling fiends, instead of buying their children food, water, clothes and things of that nature, they will invest it into a lotto ticket. And you can hate all you want, but them boys there, they are hustlers, because they understand that they are one parlay away from their big win. I'm joking, obviously. But seriously though, gambling is probably one of the dumbest decisions you could make in life, because at least with gooning, the impacts aren't as bad, you can recover, better yourself, and stop seeking lust and finding purpose, and then you'll be alright. But gambling on the other hand, if you put your entire house on black and your parlay does not hit, no amount of drive, purpose and self-help can get you back to where you want to be. my nigga, you're going to be homeless. And a big reason why gamblers just piss me off is because that will happen to them. Then they will take out a massive loan to then put that loan all into black. And then when their parlay doesn't hit, they are going to complain. Like, how does it make sense to solve a problem with a problem? Like, look at Terrence Watanabe, the greatest gambling nation degenerate. Like, this nigga somehow managed to fumble generational wealth on his gambling addiction. This nigga had hundreds of millions and somehow fumbled it to one casino. Like, I feel like after losing 100 million, it would be a wake-up call to him to stop what he's doing, or at least try a different casino. Cause clearly that one was not working for him. Like, sometimes niggas just need to know when to switch up their game. Like, if Curry knew to retire that 3-point shot sometimes, he would not be going 0 for 6. And most importantly, he would have not have sold my parlay. Like, when he was 0 for 4 from the free, I think he would decide to switch up his game a little bit and maybe go for layups. But no, he decided to keep on shooting. Why? And because of his silly decision, I had no money until the end of January. And that day was also the last day I ever gambled, cause that shit's rigged. And I'd never ever do no state gambling partnership. The only gambling partnership I might do is Prize Picks, because they sometimes be giving you free bet credit. Well, at least if I get the 2022 Click Productions deal, because back in them days, that nigga there was the method. I was abusing the fuck out of his code. But now, unfortunately, that shit got patched. So now we really living off green eggs and ham. For struggles real, but at least when I'm on GTA, I got money. And that's what I love so much about gaming. You could just escape from the hardships of reality. So people like me and you that don't get bitches in the real world, we can play Hatsune Miku Project Diva. Or if you're a chopped 5'8" individual with shitty dreads, you can play 2K. And you can make your character 6 foot, light skin, with good dreads. It sounds like you're just making Carlton Wallace in 2K. Because he's 6 foot if you didn't already know. Alright bro, love for that. But you forgot to mention that my dreads look good. Because we really need to put these toothbrush dread allegations into extinction. So as I was saying before I received that much needed glaze, gaming is just overall cool. It's the least degenerate form of degeneracy. But too much of anything is a bad thing. And having a gaming addiction is a very bad thing. Because playing the game really just becomes a part of your life. And it stops you from getting to where you want to be in life. But the thing is, it's sly kinda worth it. And I'm telling you guys this as an experienced gamer. Like during COVID, all I was doing was playing games. Yes, I could be spending my time bettering myself, showering, washing, brushing my teeth, but that sounds like a waste of time. Because while I'm resting, showering, brushing my teeth, they're getting better than me at Fortnite. And I can't allow that. I will not allow that. So I'd rather sit in my own must for 6 months straight and be great at Fortnite. And yes, you could criticize, say it's disgusting, but you're not better than me at Fortnite though. So as you've gathered, I have a strong passion for video games. Some would even call it an addiction. Some would even go as far to call me a degenerate. But my Discord girlfriend says otherwise. And as long as I got her, nothing else in this world matters.
I am actually pansexual. I beg your pardon?
Yeah, I take back everything I just said. If you're a gamer, you are a degenerate. So when I'm done making this video, I'm going to block all of my e-hoes. So I guess no more e-sex for me then.
It's an evil world we live in.
But on an unrelated note, we're all smashing to this song, right? And you're probably wondering, what the fuck was the point of me asking that silly question? And there wasn't a point. It's just like procrastinating. There isn't a point. It's absolutely useless. That's why procrastinating is the worst form of degeneracy. Because it has no benefits and it's kinda hard to avoid it. Because there'll be times when I'm trying to study and I'll put on a generational performance for a whole 15 minutes. I go on YouTube to see a tutorial on quantum physics. Then next thing you know, I'm watching a Keith Lee food review. Then that food review turns into a David Attenborough documentary. Then somehow I'm watching Baby Shark slowed and reverb. Then all of a sudden 6 hours of my life has just disappeared. And the next thing you know, it's 8:50 AM. I have a physics exam in 10 minutes time. Meanwhile, I'm still at home in my pajamas, morning breath stinky as a bitch. I'm cooked. And next thing you know, I stumble across a Hello Kitty makeup tutorial. And the next thing you know, I'm seeing an interview with Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. Meanwhile, my physics exam had just finished and I'm in the same place I was 90 minutes ago. And then 2 months later, I start asking why I don't have a physics GCSE. Like, procrastinating's really like being in a genjutsu. You can't escape that shit. But hey man, we live and we learn, and I pray that we all improve. So like and subscribe, follow the IG, join the Discord, And remember this, if you're able to overcome these 4 forms of degeneracy, I guarantee you will be great.